Morning, dear students. How are you all? In previous class we discussed about universal law of gravitation, their importance, and we calculate the value of g, that is acceleration due to gravity, right? So now we discuss about motion of object under gravitational force. Means, suppose we take a sheet of paper and a stone and drop simultaneously from a height of a building. So what we observe? We observe that stone comes fast, reaches the ground, whereas the paper takes time. Right? So how this happen? This is because of the air resistance. As the surface area of paper is large as compared to the stone, so the paper or the stone falls at very high speed and reaches the ground first, and papers clump slowly because of the air resistance. Resistance is the that is act opposite to the direction, or we can say due to friction of the motion of the falling object, right? Friction, you know very well, that is the which opposes the motion, right? So due to friction the papers come slowly as compared to the stone. So if we do the experiment in a glass jar or in any jar where there is no air, then we observe that stone and the paper reaches at same time at the bottom, right? So we know that an object experiences acceleration due to free fall. An object is falling down, then it will experiences acceleration, right? So acceleration is denoted by a. But when we are talking about gravitational force or acceleration due to gravity, then we said that it is denoted by g, right? So as g is constant near the earth, the acceleration due to gravity which we calculate in the previous class, that is 9.8, right? And it is always constant near about the earth. So the equation of motions which we discussed in previous chapter, that is v equals to u plus at, another is s equals to ut plus half at square, and third is v square equals to u square plus 2as. They all valid for the acceleration due to gravity also. Means here in place of a we can put the value of g, right? So suppose there is an example. A car falling off a ledge and drop to the ground in zero point 0.5 second. A car is falling from the height and it takes zero point 0.5 second. So we have to calculate what is the speed on striking the ground. When it comes to ground, what will be the speed? What is the average speed? And how high is ledge from ground? So we have to calculate speed, average speed and height, that is the distance, right? So first write the terms which we have given. T, time is given by 0.5 second. Acceleration is 10 meter per second. Here we see the acceleration due to gravity. G is 9.8 for all the objects which are near about earth. It is constant value. Suppose in any numerical the value is not given, so we can take a equals to 10 meter per second square acceleration near about 10, 9.8, we can take 10 meter per second square, right? Initially the car is at rest, so the initial velocity is 0, right? Formula, we have to calculate speed, and the formula is v equals to u plus at. U, initial velocity is 0 plus acceleration 10 and time is 0.5, so the speed is 5 meter per second square. Now we see we have to calculate average speed. Average speed is the sum of initial velocity plus final velocity by 2. Initially velocity comes 0 and final velocity we have already calculated 5 meter per second square. So it comes 2.5 meter per second square. Another is how high? We have to calculate the distance, height of the car from the ground. So the formula is S equals to ut plus half et square. U is 0, first term becomes 0, half into A, acceleration 10, T 0.5. So it comes 5 into 0.25, right? So answer is 1.25 meter. The car is 1.25 meter from the ground. It is the height, or we can say the distance. Mass and weight. Mass and weight are totally different terms. Generally we use mass. As you see in the previous chapter, we said the mass of that object is this, and we don't use weight anywhere, right? So mass is the measure of the amount of matter an object contains. Suppose we say that a person has a mass of 50 kg. It means the total, it is the mass of total organs which are present inside their body, right? And it will remain same everywhere, right? So the mass remains same whether the object is on the earth, on the moon, or even in the outer space. It is a constant quantity and does not change from place to place. Another thing is it is a scalar quantity, that mass does not tells us about the direction and doesn't depend on direction. So it is a scalar quantity. Another term is weight. Weight of an object is the force with which it is attracted towards the earth. Means weight depend on the gravitational force. Suppose the gravitational force is changing from one place to another, then we say that weight also changes, right? So if we talk about on earth or moon, the weight of an object on the earth is quite large as compared to the weight on the moon, as weight depends on the gravitational pull and there is no gravitation on the moon, so it is just equivalent to the mass. But when we talk about on earth, the weight is quite larger than the mass as it depends on the gravitation, and so it is a vector quantity. As gravitation have a direction, it always act in downward direction. So it is a vector quantity, whereas mass is a scalar quantity. And again, according to the formula F equals to ma, that is force equals to mass into acceleration. So here the force of attraction of the earth on an object is known as the weight of the object, and it is denoted by W. W is equals to mg. So the unit of weight is also Newton and that of mass is kg, because weight and force have the same formula. For force we use F equals to ma, or we can write F equals to mg, and that is the weight, W equals to mg, so the unit is Newton.